Looking ahead to Tuesday, the polls open in Union Public Schools with two bond issues on the ballot. 2 News reporter Joe Hankey breaks down the vote, new on 2.
When voters here in the Union School District enter the polls on Tuesday, they'll be asked to vote on two separate school bond propositions totaling more than $21 million. The first proposition would approve more than $3 million in funding to be spent across 13 elementary schools, the district's 6th through 9th grade centers, and high school. Union officials say those funds would bring significant upgrades to textbooks and technology. Another $10 million from Proposition 1 would go to expanding and renovating the district's 8th grade center, bringing additional gym space, renovating the parking lot and bus loop, and adding a fine arts wing. Union Public Schools superintendent says right now, 85% of his middle school students are involved in the fine arts. A fine arts program that led to Union's marching band performing in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade this past November.
We're out of room, and that's a great problem to have because we know that when we have an engaged student, typically we have a successful student.
Proposition 1 also includes funding for capital improvements. The second of the two propositions is for $2.1 million for transportation, 8 new route buses, 4 special education buses, and 2 activity buses. Union officials say both propositions involve expenses they cannot otherwise handle.
We're just not funded adequately enough in this state to be able to have a lot of discretionary funds in our general fund budget to buy computers and to buy textbooks and uniforms and band equipments, or also make any capital improvements.
An Oklahoma state law requires for these propositions to pass that they receive a supermajority, at least 60% of the vote. And if they do pass, they will replace bond issues currently coming off the books. So Union school officials say taxes would not increase. Reporting in South Tulsa, Joe Hankey, 2 News works for you.
Joe, thanks. On Tuesday, Jenks Public Schools will also bring a bond issue before the voters. To read more about the Union and the Jenks bond issues, go to KJRH.com.